Hello, how are you? This is Bella, the social worker. I want to catch up with you. How have you been? I know for sure we have gone through a lot with pandemic, coronavirus, as a nation and the whole world. But I hope that you are safe. And for those who have been affected, I just pray that God will help you. For those who have lost the dear ones, I pray that God will encourage you and see you through. Now, today. I want to talk a little bit about family dynamics and parenting, and this has been promoted by many Christians that have come on top of my desk. People wondering, what do we do with our children? I cannot stand my children, and those parents have consented me to talk about things that I'm going to talk about today. But before then, I want to remind you that whatever I talk about here, it's not for treatment, it's only for empowerment. And for that reason, I hope that if you need any help, you can see the concern. Now, today I want to talk about family dynamics. And what are family dynamics? Family dynamics are ways in which families interact with each other. So, say for example, father and mother, how do they interact when when the children are there? How do children interact with each other? How do they interact with the parents? And so, for every family, it is important for you as a person to realize that every family has the negative and positive things that they do. And so you cannot say there's no one standard thing. You can say, oh, our family is the best, we never have any negative thing. But the way we handle negative, the way we handle positive matters a lot. So today I want to talk about four parenting styles. And this one came up with a person who was called Bamuride. It's hard to read his name, and he did this in the years in 60s, and he came up with four different parenting styles. And so every family has to fall in one of these. You cannot say my family is not under one of those. So I want you to listen to them, and you might fetch something that will help you. This, as I said earlier, has been promoted by parents who are like, what do we do with our children the whole year? They might not go back to school. I realize that my child has become so friendly to me, or I realize I'm not able to handle my children. And so for this reason, I want you to understand you could be using one of these styles. The first one is called authoritarian parenting skill style. This skill is, as the word reads, comes from authority. And what happens in this style is that parents are in authority and they just give commands and they say, this is what we want you to do, 1, 2, 3. And parents have no right to say, we cannot do that. So this is a hard one to deal with. But this is what the results of this, though, is that we have children or people that comes from this parenting skill. They are very obedient. Those are the people you find in the on the road, whether they are there by or whether they are by themselves or there are other people. They will follow strictly the rules of the nation, of schools, everywhere. But the problem with that is that they are not happy, because they do not have a chance of saying, I really didn't want to do this for this 1, 2 reason. So they are not very happy, and they also don't have good self-esteem because that is not put in them. The other one is called authoritative parenting skill. This is the best one of all, because what it does, it gives children a chance to say, this is how I feel. And then you as a parent, you tell them, this is what I want you to do. And so you kind of have a round table and decide and think. I remember one time I talked about importance of understanding the education. Psychoeducation, so for parents to understand the growth of their children from the 8 developmental skills. And so it reaches a point that now children need to be heard. They need to be heard, and they need you to tell them, and you need them to hear. They need you to hear and to listen to them. And so this authoritative parenting skill gives children and parents a moment of coming together making decisions together, more especially if you have teenagers. You need to empower them and help them to make decisions. So this is the best of them. So what happens here is that you give them guidance, and that you help them to make decision making, and you give them room to grow. So if you see a child has something, you want to nurture it by considering, by communicating, by talking about it. And so the results of this is that we have happy children, we have successful people, and we have people who are able to make decisions. Then we have another parenting skill. This is called permissive parenting skill. Permissive. And what happens here is that parents become more friendly. It's more of a friend relationship between a parent and a daughter or a son. And this is not a good one. Say for example, if somebody is coming from a relationship that has many boyfriends coming in, and this child, your daughter, you have a close relationship with with your daughter, so a boyfriend might take a chance of that. And then the other thing is that these children do not know how to obey authority. There's no authority, there's no mentorship, there's no hierarchy. So if a parent is in the same level, there might be interchanging of roles without even knowing. So what happens, what comes out of there is that children do not have discipline, because there's no authority, there's no come, let us reason together. There's nothing like that. So they cannot do whatever they want, and it is hard for you as a parent to control them. So the result of that is that they have very poor performance. The other thing is that they have problem with authority, because they do not understand authority at all. Then we have another one. The fourth one is called uninvolved parenting skills. An involved parenting style is a very poor. The main thing here is that there's no communication at all. What happens is that the parents will supply. They will bring all the food that is needed. They'll supply the clothing, all the resources. They'll take children to their games and everywhere they are supposed to, but then they'll not have no communication. The children will not be able to know, what am I supposed to do? It's kind of, they figure out things by themselves. This is a danger in itself, because what happened, the peers can take advantage and then lead your children to wrong things like drugs, like whatever, sex areas, sex, and things that are not right, because they do not have somebody they are mirroring. And you as a parent, if you're providing and going to work, you are not there many hours, so they don't even see what you do, so they have nobody to follow. And so for that reason, it becomes very hard. When they grow up, they do not know what to do. They can also have a problem with authority, they have a problem in schools, they have a problem in different settings, and that's not good either. Now, because we have our children at home at this point, or at this time, or the whole of this year, we might not have schools open. I want to encourage you, if you do not know how to read, or if you have issues with parenting, or if we are using the three of the negative ones I said, you want to turn yourself and bring yourself to authoritative parenting skill, because this will help you. It will give you a chance, it will give your children a chance to grow. It will give you a chance as a parent to know, this is what my children want, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what we're doing as a family. And remember, I said at the beginning of this year that a family that does not work together it's hard for them to accomplish a vision. So if you have a vision that you said at the beginning of the year, it is authoritative parenting skill that might help you to accomplish it. So I wish you well, and I hope you stay safe, you wash your hands, and put on your mask, and just keep spacing, the 6 feet. We've been told, follow the rules and be safe, and I hope to talk to you soon. Thank you. And